When I was 14, I dropped out of traditional school to support the family business. My mom founded a company that now consists of 4 national magazines: Origin, Mantra Yoga and Health, Thrive, and Real. I quickly adopted her passion as my own, and we tag-teamed throughout the bootstrapping process. It was an incredible opportunity for hands-on experience and real-world learning. I mean, copy editing until 3 a.m., working 12-hour days on trade show floors, signing advertisers, advising design, drafting hundreds of emails, interviewing everyone from Richard Branson to Alicia Keys. Origin, which started out as a local free magazine in Texas, became a national best-selling title in over 40 retail chains across the country. Scaling a company from 1 local magazine to 4 national best-selling titles, including one that I personally founded, has been the last 4 years of my life. So last year, I used the tools and resources that I had acquired by working with my mom and founded my own magazine, Real. That stands for Raw Topics, Everyday Issues, Amazing Voices, Leaders for Change. I wanted to create a platform that raised awareness for issues that didn't receive the attention they deserved on a national platform, particularly issues that impact the millennial landscape, like climate change, human rights, and equality. So I was a 17-year-old with a magazine interviewing celebrities and Skyping with the Dalai Lama. I mean, come on. Around the same time, my music started to take off as well. I was working as a media representative of a national tour when I was just completely by chance discovered by the band Soja. A year later, I've released my first single. I've performed with them in front of 80,000 people at Bonnaroo, and I'm working on an album. This moment, this revelation of writing music and then performing it for friends and strangers across the country, it was a complete revelation. It was like I had tapped into a new passion that I had never even experienced before. And as happy and fulfilled as I was with the magazine, there was some part of me that wondered if I could integrate this newfound passion into the work that I was doing every single day. I founded Real to empower young people to actively engage in the communities around them. And magazines were what I knew how to do. But as I continued to put more time and energy into it, there was something that just felt like it was missing, like there was a missing piece to the puzzle that would really just complete the entire effect of the Real brand. And so from there, I wanted to find that fire in my music, in this work that I was doing every day. And so it was apparent that I needed to make a change. So in June of 2015, I was actually awarded the Teal Fellowship, which is probably one of the most prestigious programs in the country for young entrepreneurs and arguably the world. And it just presented 2 years of possibility to explore and expand my work. With the boost of the program behind me, I felt empowered to explore the idea of an interactive platform for young people. Like he said, you guys are probably familiar with Tinder. My mom wasn't always so down for me being on Tinder, and we moved around a lot, so there wasn't a great opportunity for me to meet a lot of people. And so I was like, the mission that I had to empower young people wasn't being as best served through the medium of print as I had hoped. So I wanted to create this interactive platform. You can think of it as a platonic Tinder for social activism, which sounds a little weird, I know. Bear with me. So connecting young people by their common interests and values, and then organizing all social outreach opportunities for simplified impact in the communities that young people care about the most, around the issues that get them fired up. Human rights, environment, animal welfare, technology, education. So I started assembling a team, and I was spending all my time between this magazine I had founded and this app that I really wanted to develop, this new intriguing idea that got me really fired up in the morning. And as more and more time was committed to this new endeavor, it became apparent that I kind of needed to choose one at that point. I couldn't do both justice at once. And this was probably the hardest realization that I've had to really deal with. It was terrifying. Shifting my focus more to this new endeavor, it felt like I was separating from something that had become a large part of my identity. And I feel like no matter your age, the choice between safety and what's known and then the passion of the unknown is always hard. And I wasn't used to feeling this sense of, I have to sacrifice one thing that I love to do another thing that makes me super fired up. And that decision just was overwhelming. But I realized that I was carving out an opportunity for myself to fully embody my passion and purpose. And that was really all I could have hoped to do. So from there, it was clear that I needed to put more time and energy into this application if I was going to really get it off the ground. So, like I mentioned, it's just a social activism platform that makes it really easy for young people to meet new friends and make an impact. It satisfies both your desire to make a difference and make connections. So if all goes well, we'll be launching in March of 2016. So from there, it was this interesting idea for me of like, what do millennials really want? Everyone has a different idea of millennials, right? We're either lazy and entitled or naively ambitious, optimistic and resourceful, or dependent and short-sighted. But I know there's, but if we can all agree on one thing, it's that millennials were born into a completely digital age. There is no escaping the incessant Facebook notifications and email alerts. But where do young people go to simply connect and feel like they're making a difference in the world around them? With so many urgent issues facing our planet, it's imperative that we create actionable tools for change that young people have access to. And what better way to do that than to connect them around their common values, interests, and passions? So that's what I'm working on right now. And through this transition, I felt like the more I committed myself to my purpose, the less of a sacrifice it felt stepping away from what was comfortable. And that was an incredible realization for me because I felt like I finally understood myself in this transition of becoming more myself. And so that was, it's really hard to explain that feeling, the what if. What if I step out and I expose myself and I say, this is what I'm passionate about, and it might not be the safest thing, and it might, be different than what I know, but this is what I want to do. And I just want to serve as an example for someone that chose that unknown and happens to be standing on the other side after a quarter-life crisis. So I might just be 18, but that was pretty freaky. So I would like to close by performing an original song that I wrote for today, titled As You Are. And it sort of embodies the decisions that I had to make when choosing purpose over expectation. So I'm going to grab my guitar over here. With my back against the wall, I can still stand tall. It's not that hard to walk away. Just remember who you are when they say, wouldn't it be easier to follow the beaten road? Well, I guess it would be easier to do as I'm told. But it's okay if you're messy. Messing up is a blessing. Here lies your lesson, so come as you are. Why do we act like we have some place to be? Yeah. We forget what it means to feel free. It's not as simple as a roadmap. Lose yourself and you can't just come back. Sometimes your all just isn't enough, but walking away doesn't mean that you're not tough. And the strength to remember is what helped me surrender. 'Cause it's okay to be messy, even messy is a blessing. Here lies your lesson, so come as you are. Come as you are. And my purpose is unrivaled, my passion is entitled to all that I have and all that I stand for. The world says, trust me now, sacrifice who you are and I'll hand you a crown. Well, I'm not looking for permission, I'm gonna make a difference. I've made up my mind, there's no going back this time. 'Cause it's okay. It's okay if you're messy, 'cause even messy is a blessing. And here lies your lessons. You can call me what you please, even names and bullying. It's nothing I haven't heard before. So follow the fire, pushing you higher. Take a breath and let it sink in. Your purpose is this life that you're living in. Thank you.